Good data privacy hygiene. So one of the themes or topics that we'll be returning to frequently on this channel is what you can do now to take back control of your data. We'll be showcasing in future episodes the technologies being developed in Web3 that are allowing us to own our data in a bottoms-up way, as opposed to a top-down way where we have to rely on app developers and software companies to actually give us the controls and tools we need to protect our data. But for this episode, I want to go over basic, tried and true, easy to use methods for starting to create more privacy in your life. So let's get right into it. Number one, turn off microphone, contacts, camera, and photo access where able in certain apps. Number two, disallow GPS cross-app access where able. I'm going to use the example here of Google. Actually, Google settings allow you to do a lot in the way of privacy. So for every one of your Google accounts, you can turn off location sharing, cross-app data sharing, third app data sharing, things you've done and places you've been, that's literally a category. Info you can share with others, that's another category. Data from apps and services you use, web activity, personal ads, and there's even more. So go through your Google settings through the control, I think it's the manage privacy tab, and you can start to turn some of these things off. Number three, turn off Wi-Fi when entering major chain retail stores. So if your Wi-Fi is on when you go into a major chain retail store, they're almost always gathering data about you. And if you actually are a rewards member of that store, now they can not only track where you went in the store, but what you bought. And they'll see where you stopped, what aisles you stopped in. They can get almost everything you did in the store. And don't forget, they've got cameras in stores as well. So there's a lot of data they're getting about you. Number four, reject cookies on websites. Whenever you have the option and you go to a website, most of us just say accept all. We just want to get that prompt off our screen so we can see what we were trying to get to. But if you actually look at see preferences or manage preferences, which is the second option, it's usually accept all or manage preferences. In the Manage Preferences page, usually the first button is Reject All or Accept Only Necessary. It only takes a few seconds and they make it hard to get to that page, but once you get there, it's pretty easy to reject cookies. Five, and this is a really good one, buy a data removal service. So there are companies out there for very, very cheaply that will actually make requests to pull your public data from places that it doesn't need to be. Your data is sitting all over the web and it really doesn't need to be in all these places. And what's great when you first sign up for one of these services is they send out emails on your behalf for the first couple of weeks, and you'll get emails into your inbox about all of the request removals, the requests for removal that they've sent on your behalf, and it's mind-boggling. I think I had 125 requests sent out on my behalf when I first signed up to these services. And then last but not least, and we'll do an episode about this going forward, but buy a VPN. So actually hiding your IP address when you're searching is pretty valuable, and it makes it a lot harder for companies or third parties or hackers to track you. So that's a really basic, just elementary 101, take back control of your privacy kind of rubric. Go through those, try to use some of those, and make sure you come back. We'll keep giving you more information on what you can do to take back control of your privacy.
TAO of Data.